is the most beautiful story of a sheep that I have ever heard. I don't know who needs to hear this today, but it's a beautiful story about a sheep and some farmers. So let me know in the comments if you like stories like this. This comes from a Reddit user. I grew up on a small farm in Ireland, and my earliest memory is of a female sheep. I must have been 2 or 3 years old. We got her when she was pregnant, and she had my first pet sheep, a little ram lamb. He followed me around everywhere and headbutted me nearly every day. I loved him dearly. He would jump up on me and lick my face. Sadly, he passed away a few years later due to a rare genetic defect where their stomach doesn't fully form and they slowly starve to death. I cried for days. No one had the heart to tell me what had happened to my beloved lamb. They just said he went to sleep. I still miss him to this day. My parents got another sheep a few months after this. She was a different breed and had 4 lambs of her own. I remember helping my dad shear her every year and giving the wool to my granny, who lived in a house with no heating or electricity. She used it to knit my siblings and I warm coats for the winter. One day I noticed that one of the used lambs wasn't looking very well. It wasn't eating much and looked very thin. So I started bringing it fresh milk from our cow. Every day I would bring the lamb out into the field and feed it from a baby bottle. The other lambs would come over and try to steal some as well. It took a while, but eventually the little lamb got back up on its feet and started following me around. Just like my pet lamb had done, we had a fantastic bond. I would go into the fields and it would jump up on me and lick my face. It would also headbutt me, just like my pet lamb had done. My mother told me to stop bringing the lamb fresh milk because it would become too tame and wouldn't survive in the wild. But I didn't listen to her and continued to visit the lamb every day. One day I went out to the field to find the lamb and it was nowhere to be found. I asked my mom if she had sold it, but she hadn't. So we started looking for it. We were calling its name and eventually it came out from under a shed. It was trying to get out of the field and onto the road. I don't know how long it had been out there, but it had gotten stuck and couldn't get back in. I called out to it and it started running towards me. As it got closer, I could see that it wasn't alone. There was another sheep with it, a handsome ram that we had bought a few months earlier. It jumped over the stone wall and ran towards me with the lamb following close behind. They had obviously had a disagreement and the ram had managed to push the lamb back into the field. My mom and dad looked at each other in shock, then started to laugh. That is when they told me that the ram had gotten the ewe pregnant, and that's why I hadn't been able to find her in the field. The 4 years that I had with my pet lamb were the best years of my childhood, and although I only had a short time with him, I loved him more than anything. I hope he knew how much I loved him. That's all for this episode. This has been a channel, and if you like this content, please do share for more stories like this.